Hello, this is a secret to more answered calls. Hello, this is John Ruman. If you have not met before, I'm an international business coach and consultant working in Trinidad. I help the real 007, Roger Moore, with the Sales Training Academy. If you have a trouble when you're making phone calls, having people actually answer them, it's important that you watch this message. So, what's a common challenge people have? They make the calls. They have a written plan of who they're calling. They keep track of everyone they call. They write it down. They do standing up, like I suggested the other day, if you checked out that video. They are doing everything right. And then they get their calls. No one's answering. Well, there's a few things that could be going on. So I'll briefly discuss that. So if you think about it, when you call someone, they don't know you're calling them unless it's scheduled, or if it is, that's even better. So when you talk to someone, this is point one, when you speak to someone and they can't talk now for whatever reason, it's great to say thank you. That's wonderful. I appreciate it. When's a good time for me to call you back? Tuesday, 2 p.m.? Excellent. I'll mark that down. Expect a call from me at Tuesday at 2 p.m. And then what you are going to do is use your beautiful phone device, put a reminder for 1:57 p.m. Or even better, in your calendar, put a calendar event from 2 to 2:10 calling this person. And don't worry if it's not going to be a 10-minute phone call. What you need to know is you have it in your calendar, you put a reminder on it, and you call that person. Ideally, you also put it in your CRM and you have notes of some sort that will let you know what you last spoke about, anything you've spoken about that will build a stronger connection as you call this person. So that's step one. That actually wasn't the original secret, it just kind of came out. So this is another really, really potent tip. And basically, because they do not expect your phone call, a couple things may be happening. One, they may not recognize the number. A lot of people will not answer a number they do not recognize. Or another challenge could be their phone is on DND mode, do not disturb mode. And just so you understand DND mode, do not disturb mode, it usually requires from the same number 2 consecutive calls within a 90-second, for most of them, a 90-second time frame. What does this mean for you? When you call within a 90-second time frame, so here's the actual tip. So when you're on the call, you call XYZ like you promised, like I said, you got on your calendar and you call, and they don't answer. That's cool. Hang up. Immediately call right back without hesitation and wait. I have found a 50% easily increase the amount of calls that happen. Let's say I had 50 calls to make that day, and I normally would reach, let's say, 10 to 15 in a certain time frame. I may now get, it doesn't really matter, I may literally double that. So I may get, if I've got 15 and I reach them, I'd literally get 20 to 30 more. It was totally incredible. So forget my numbers, double. So if I had 15, I'd probably get 25, 30 in total. So it actually double the numbers. And why? It does a couple things psychologically to someone. Pretend they're in a meeting. Someone calls twice, even if they don't recognize the number. Emergency. Could be family, could be something. It pings their radar, even if they have it saved. That's an important call for most people. It also overrides do not disturb. So do not disturb is designed so the person's busy. It overrides it for most phones. Some people have it only for like husband, wife, children, business partner, or a handful of people. Doesn't have to be though. So you have overriding that. You have the appearance of an emergency. Also, a lot of people when they don't recognize a number think the person called with a wrong number. And because you may not have left a message, they may say, oh, shoot, okay, wrong number, and then just whatever. The great thing, I'm in Trinidad, the great thing is in Trinidad, they'll return missed calls. Other places, they won't always return a missed call. but it's important, obviously, if you have a business, you return missed calls. But what I would encourage is the double call, and when they answer, again, assuming this is the person you promised to call at a certain time, say, "Good afternoon, Mr. Jones. This is John Ruman with Sales Training Academy. We spoke last Thursday. How you doing today? You got a minute?" Great. The reason for my calls, you remember I spoke to you last Thursday and I promised to call today too. Is this still a good time? And if it's not, all good. Reschedule, schedule the next call, but make sure you follow up. Okay, so again, it overrides do not disturb. It makes it look like a potential emergency. It means it's an important call. It also means it was not a wrong number. So these three things will override the psychology of the person you're calling and allow you the opportunity to have a dialogue. And with all calls, it is critical that you ask if this is a good time to speak, regardless. The reason is when they see a double call, oh shoot, that must be important. Hold 1 second. Hello, good afternoon. Yes? Yes? How are you doing? Good, good. No, unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a live, so I can't talk. Can we talk tomorrow at 1? Excellent. Thank you so much. So the person may be in a meeting and you reschedule it. So I just did a fake call there to give you the understanding that you must ask them if it's a good time within the few moments of the phone call, because they're taking it thinking this is very important because this person's trying to get me. Don't abuse this. If you'd really... do not call 3 times, by the way. It's unnecessary. Okay, once you've done that, I usually have a template for a text and say, and I literally just replace the name and I paste the text. Here you go. In Trinidad, it's often WhatsApp, so I'll paste it in the WhatsApp, and I always have their first name, and I always have good day, good morning, good afternoon in that as well, because it's very formal, kind of conservative culture, so it's important to respect that. So any questions on this, please share this with your friends and family. I deeply appreciate it. Let me tell you about the Cold Calling Masterclass that is happening on the 15th of July. It is going to be a 3-hour class. It's entirely role-play based, and the reason we use role-plays and simulation in Sales Training Academy is you will learn and retain 90%, give or take, of what the heck you're learning. The problem with traditional schooling, classroom, written, all that kind of good stuff is you don't remember anything. Why? Because you're not doing it. So what we actually do is we will help you create an actual script that perfect for your business. So we help you create this amazing script, and then so we'll help you clean up the script if you need help cleaning it up. And then the script, once it's cleaned up, we will have you practice with a person or two, and you're going to have it written in pencil with an eraser because it may need tweaking. It usually does. All good. You should always have a script with you regardless. So it helps you be on. And then you practice with these people, and then you're ready to go. So the primary focus is creating the script, practicing the script. We also teach you tonality. Tonality is when you are meeting with someone and they have an up tone, they have a down tone, and they have a pause to show emphasis or to make you listen in. And what it does is psychologically draws in those who are watching you to almost hypnotize them into listening to what you say. And it's important that you do not abuse this if you're a guy trying to pick up women. And I mean that in all sincerity, because they will be with you in every word you say. The time of this is 2 to 5 p.m., 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Again, the 15th of July. It's in the Remax Real Estate Group office in St. Augustine. And the total investment is $600 TT. Last but not least, assuming you go and you love it like most people will, the 400 of the 600 we will put towards the full 6-week course, which starts the 13th of September. So check that out too. If you have any questions, if you're on Instagram, send me a direct message. Facebook, send me a message. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for participating today. Bye-bye.